For this week's video, I want to do something a little bit different. I want to talk about this, the Edelkrone Plus Slider. Now this is one of the newest pieces of gear in my bag, but it's one of my favorites already because of how much you can do with it. The possibilities are really endless. I got it to use for some product videos and various projects I'm working on around the studio here, but I'm starting to realize I'm gonna probably use it for a lot more than I had even imagined. So that's what I figured I would do today. I would just try to do some creative things with the slider just to get to know it and to show you all the possibilities for it or any other slider you might own. Let's face it, if you're watching this video, you've probably watched other videos about this slider or other sliders just like it. So I will quickly run through the features, even though you might be aware of them already.
It's a compact size, but it doubles in length when used on a tripod. It has adjustable feet, manual control, or motorized control. You can use it on an incline, it has a pop-up screw mount, magnetic belt clips. You can control it with the Edelkrone app, and it runs on Canon or Sony batteries.
And it fits nicely in my backpack, which I showed in a video a few weeks ago. You may have noticed I have been incorporating some motion into my videos lately, and that is thanks to the slider. I've been doing some shots here in the hallways and various product demos. There's a lot of fun stuff you can do with it, but honestly, I haven't fully exploited it, so that's what today's video is all about. So with the features out of the way, a little bit of backstory, let's get into it. Let's try a few creative ideas using the Edelkrone Slider. Let's start off with something super simple. This is a very, very typical slider shot, probably one of the first ones you might think of when you think of a slider, but it's dynamic, it's awesome. Simple way to add movement. We're just gonna push in towards my newest Super 8 camera. Yes, I have more than one. We'll push in towards this, get a nice clean shot. We've got an aperture 120D over here to cast a little light, but it's going away, so that way we get this nice color glow from the RGB light by GVM down here on the floor. Combined with the movement, we should get something super cool. All right, next I'm gonna try another very classic slider shot, and that is just a gentle side to side. For a boosted movement, I'm doing super close up, like a macro, as best I can with my setup here. So same lighting as before with the aperture 120D and a bounce of color off the wall. The Super 8, I've just turned barely so that I can kind of come across from the side of it with the logo into the lens. But again, the app for the Edelkrone makes this super easy. I set my 2 points, press go. Hopefully we get something cool yet again. All right, next up, I'm gonna try to create a moving time lapse with the slider. The cool thing about this particular model is that it's all built into the app. So I pick a start point and an end point on the slider, frame up my shots. I tell the app what my shutter speed is. Then I connect the camera and the slider via a cable, press start on the app, and everything's taken care of. It moves left to right, right to left, however you have it, capturing all those photos for your desired period of time. And then once everything's done, I can bring it all into Final Cut Pro and make a time lapse out of it. Now I don't have several hours to roll a lengthy time lapse here, but for the sake of just trying this out and putting something together, I'm gonna roll it for about 5 minutes. We've got a great blizzard happening outside here in Chicago right now. So we'll let this go for 5 minutes and then we'll see what we come up with. Another cool feature of this slider is that you can put it on an incline. It's like 20 to 30 degrees, something like that. And so I have put the slider onto a quick release plate with the tripod head in between the slider and the sticks. Now, a good feature of the app is that it warns you if the incline is too much. It just warned me. And as I'm learning this, I also realized I needed to switch the motorized portion of this to the other end. It's marked with incline on there. That's something else I just picked up doing it right now. But once you get that swapped over, the app will lock in the appropriate incline for you, and then you can get a really cool side-to-side reveal with a little bit of a down to up motion as well. So that's what we're going for yet again. Same lighting setup, Same Super 8 camera, but this time with a little bit of an angle. The final thing I want to try with the slider is another feature that is built into the app. This time it's a stop motion. So instead of the Super 8, I grabbed something a little more colorful, this Rubik's Cube. I'm gonna see if I can animate it moving across this box here in front of the backdrop. Obviously I've got the camera and slider connected again with the cable, and I can control everything in the app, from how many frames I want it to be, how long it's gonna take, so on and so forth. So I just tap in the app to take a photo, move this, tap again, move it again. A little bit labor intensive, but next thing you know, you've got this animated moving across the box or whatever object you're using, and it all happens in the app. Let's give it a shot. So there you go. There are a few of the many ways you can use the Edelkrone Slider. I need to say this, but I'm not sponsored. This is not a sponsored video. I just made this video because I picked up the slider recently and wanted to experiment with it and felt like it would be fun to experiment for a video here this week. If you enjoyed the video, if you found it helpful or useful, please leave a comment, a like, subscribe to the channel if you want more videos like this. If you have any other tips with the slider, I would love to hear them. Let me know down below. But for now, thank you guys so much for watching yet another video straight out of my mind and into yours. I'll see you next week.